Alright, Fenderplayer versus Magnolia. I know this name actually. Fenderplayer, he played in my tournament open season last year, if I don't remember wrongly. So, familiar names, both of these guys. I think we're mid 1100s elos here, maybe low 1200s. And we have a full on cavalry matchup here. Good luck, have fun. Thank you, you two. TY, you two. Magnolia with the Lithuanians here, and Civilization she's well familiar with. Gold situation right on the hill here, and in fact she's trapped in a ditch of a base here with hills all over. Good thing Magnolia isn't against a typical cab archer civilization, but Berbers could still go camel archers at some point, or just men at arms archers and excuse me, idle everything here. So not a pretty starting base. For Fenderplayer, the situation is almost the same, but at least there are some flat spots here. Not a full crater all the way around. Sebi back berries. What's the case for Magnolia? They both have back berries. Tatars would be the dream civilization for the opponent here for sure. But I assume we're going to see the scouts here. Rhinos are out lameable for sure, but all depends on how hard they are try-harding these two players. Maybe they'll just they wish they had the good luck, have fun, so maybe they don't feel like laming each other. No idle these times, very low for both players, so they're keeping their production going here, which is a good thing, of course. Decent rhino lure there for Magnolia. Backberries, that's ideal for going scouts. You could wall, you could even wall here actually if it's scouted. So main base scouting on point here for Magnolia. She's got, she even found that neutral gold over here, so she's control over. Well, actually, she didn't find that. That was Gaia finding that. But got an idea of all three golds here. Not in two pretty spots, but at least you can TC this one later. You could also TC this one and still secure some wood to some extent. It's okay. Fenderplayer with a significantly higher idle TC time as well could have a little bit to do with that extra starting food of Lithuanians, making the start a little bit smoother. Now, of course, Lithuanians will want to get to the Castle Age sooner than the Berbers here, because if Berbers get to the Castle Age, they'll have cheaper cavalry and easily outmass any other cavalry civilization. That's why you'd also maybe not go scouts against the Berbers, but try to go for a ranged approach like men-at-arms into archers, so you could deal earlier damage with the men-at-arms and follow up with archers to really obstruct their transition to the next stage. Well, of course, Lithuanians with their extra starting foods and potential strong cavalry with the relics as well gives them a boost that allows them to try and match or beat the Berbers to the uptime and get to a strong cavalry mass earlier on. That's true, Lithuanians can go men-at-arms into scouts as well. That's kind of reserved for Lithuanians and Bulgarians only. Other civs will struggle due to the fact that it's men-at-arms is food intensive. But that's true. I've never tried that with Lithuanians, but that's definitely a valid play. You use the men-at-arms then, as you would with the Bulgarians, you use the men-at-arms to keep the player from full walling, and then you have the free passage for the scouts. Mongols might be able to do it as well, yeah. That is true. I mean, if you're going men-at-arms archers, you'll easily have the wood for the buildings needed to go for that, right? So, men-at-arms scouts, the only thing stopping you from doing that is that men-at-arms alone cost 180 food, which is almost, well, which is 2 scouts, or a little bit more than 2 scouts cost. So, the fact that Lithuanians started with 150 food, that's essentially 3 men-at-arms. So, that's what makes it doable. Maybe I'll have to experiment a bit with that. That might just be my next play. Instant Rush, certainly strong as well, but that's very luck dependent. It's RNG whether you find your opponent here or there immediately. So if you don't find the opponent, it's basically not an instant rush anymore. It's a regular post-mill rush. Because you have to find your resources first as well, so it's an interesting play, but luck dependent. So I generally wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Fuel Edge is in, Magnolia dropping the stable with 2 villagers here. While Fenderplayer, because of the idle TC time, is up at a bit later stage. 20 pop Fuel Edge for both. Fenderplayer, more than enough wood at least to get that stables up, but he's not rushing it for some reason. Maybe he just wants to play spear defense here and not play the scouts. Nope, here they are. However, Magnolia already with 2 scouts now. She's kept that starting scouts HP intact. And now with 2 scouts, don't hesitate, move forward. Don't allow Fenderplayer to get the small or big walls up here. Just use them to stop walls. Don't wait for a huge mass of scouts. Go forward, even with the initial scout, to make sure that Fenderplayer doesn't go for the greedy walls all the way towards the edge, or these small walls around crucial resources. Deny the stables even. Fender's stable is really slow. Up here, only 1 villager building it as well. Yeah, he has the small walls, but that could have been maybe denied a bit. Magnolia now with 3 scouts. Maybe she wants to play them defensively here, which isn't horrible. But then you'd not want to invest too much into it. 3 scouts probably fine for now. There are already spearmen out for Fenderplayer, and another one in the queue, and making the scouts as well. So the berries are still exposed. That's one place you want to hit when you're up against another scouts player. Wood lines seem protected. Yeah, the only exposed area now, not with spearmen, that is the berries. So that's where Magnolia could and should hit scouting. Not too great on the opponent's side, but if she gets lucky here, finds the berries, and even has the uphill advantage here. But oh, spearman! Good dodge, good chase. She's gonna get the kill here. Yeah, nice. All 3 scouts still alive. Fenderplayer, of course, now with the advantage with the full HP scouts and some spears here. Little section here to wall, a house here, and some more palisades on this side. And his home base is fairly safe from further scouts' aggression. Oh, Fenderplayer could risk losing the 2 scouts here now. The spear is off position. Magnolia should definitely consider taking the fight and chasing now. It's 4 vs 2. No, chase! Take him! Maybe she's scared about the spearman. Oh, and she missed 2 sheep as well, but that's not by any means a disaster for the Lithuanians. They are going to get by just fine with that extra starting food anyway, which is equivalent to 1.5 sheep. So Magnolia still only 17 seconds of idle time here, so that food economy has been nice and fluent. Wheelbarrow coming in to benefit the 14-15 farms here as well. Should have a very strong cast age here, while Fenderplayer did lose 1 villager. Value for Magnolia there is higher TC time, and is nowhere near that cast age transition. Is roughly the similar amount of farms, but just now goes to gold. So everything's set for Magnolia to reach the cast age ahead of the Berbers here, and get those first few knights out to deal some proper damage. "17 seconds idle at this point is definitely well done. It's way less than I would have at this point, no matter what I'm doing. So We're also using one of the stray scouts to scout the map here. Fenderplayer somehow in the villager lead, but that's because Magnolia is going to the cast stage here. Going to beat Fenderplayer big time to the cast stage here. It's going to be at least a minute and a half, probably 2, maybe even 3 minutes lead for Magnolia, and that's essentially going to mean quite a few knights ahead, and maybe even some, if Magnolia wants to contest the relics early on, she could collect some of those close to base as well for an additional hit points boost. They both have scouts still alive, so Magnolia can use the speed of her scouts. Oh, good spot there with the walls as well. We'll cover this hole, I think. Wheelbarrow for Fenderplayer as well, taking his good old time here with the 21 farms. Lots of farms now, and should be able to go cast stage really soon after the wheelbarrow completes. Now missing only 100 food, could even force drop the rest of the food here and go up. But as said, that's going to be a nearly 2-minute lead to the cast stage for Magnolia. That's lovely for the Lithuanians, good situation to be in. If you manage to snag a couple of the relics early as well, not that that's something most players do, but if you do, you have an attack boost that will make it easier to take engagements even against Berber's camels early on. Magnolia in the cast stage, and the monster goes up, so she wants to go right for those relics. She's making knights as well. Only one stable, but I can appreciate the importance of the relics early on, and it's also going to prove decent defense if need be. Still chasing those scouts. What are the upgrades like? +1 defense is in. If she snags some relics nice and early. Oh, she missed that one, so that's a bit unfortunate for Magnolia. But still ahead, started the cast stage, couple of knights already out. A TC rather than a second stable here, so that could be dangerous against the Berber's incoming spam here. 2 stables, yeah, you see the production, and right into the camels for Fenderplayer. Maybe Magnolia already needs to consider mixing in spears, but she has the monks as well. Could definitely convert some camels here and bring them to the fight. And those juicy relics are going to provide some gold income as well. 2 TCs to 1 here, so Magnolia should be establishing, well, fortifying that villager lead she already has. Boso is in nice and early as well, boosting the wood income. And triple stables now for the Berber player. Producing also only 2 of them though. So the gold income a little bit on the low side for Fenderplayer here. 7 on gold, that's a bit of a stretch, especially for triple stables. Oh, the scouts will get the monk, no! No, don't let the camels in! Oh, man. Quick wall. Quick gate. Keep them out. That's nice. Use the knight to debate the camels out. There's only 1 camel inside. Magnolia could use the monk to get the conversion in, and that's exactly what she's going to do here. Okay, crisis averted. Until the Berber spam sets in fully here. Another monastery even. So only 1 stable for Magnolia, and only the 1 barracks as well. No spearmen, pikemen in the queue here, but monk defense until the Berber's player reaches critical mass here could be alright. How many monks in the queue now? We have 4 of them. Another camel conversion as well. Yeah, this is decent defense. And Fenderplayer, he's not joking around here. He's dropping that forward stable, forward siege workshop right in the face of Magnolia's stable here. Oh, another monk might die to the camels here. It's wide open now. Gate here, houses here, and Magnolia will keep the aggression somewhat out, but the army numbers are of concern now. But it is 3 TCs to 1, so Magnolia can definitely afford to lose villagers now. She's going full arena-style monsters now, triple monsters. You'd think this was a monk rush, but it's only for defensive monks here. And if you have the gold for it, sure, go for it. You could just get some more conversions in and use the opponent's weapons again against them. Scout Cav in the queue for Fenderplayer now, so Fenderplayer acknowledges the fact that Magnolia is going full monk defense here, but Magnolia can easily remedy that just by going into some spearmen or pikemen against the light cav, so that shouldn't be an issue. Light cav and camels alike, they die easily to pikemen. PH pushing now for Fenderplayer, committing to the 1 DC push as the Berbers should, to be honest. They're thrive with their 1 DC aggression. And army numbers still... Yeah, still good production of armies here, but Magnolia has roughly the same number of monks as Fenderplayer has camels. Magnolia could even use the converted camels against the light cav at this point. Trying to focus down, succeeds in focusing down that forward mangonel here, and I can't help but think that a forward siege workshop with this push for Fenderplayer might not have been the best play right now. Monks for Magnolia. Maybe I should drink to every conversion or something here. But keeps the aggression going here, and Magnolia, for being Lithuanians, has been playing very little cavalry here, but it also makes sense against the Berbers, massing the camels, that going for the knights, that doesn't necessarily make sense. Defensive siege workshop, also a good reaction to the forward siege push, but now not as many monks in queue as we'd like here. Maybe Magnolia should sell some wood, maybe, to get those more of those monks out. The idle TC time is racing as well, but it's 3 TCs to 1, so Magnolia still keeps that 20 villagers lead. Well, Fenderplayer isn't really using the mobility to the great fullest here, and getting some snipes on the stone here, which is nice. Magnolia definitely harvesting for a defensive castle here. Full upgrades on the cavalry of the red player as well, which is worth noting. Magnolia making the pikes. Lithuanians trash units move faster. Pikemen and skirmishers, so that's a very good call here to deal with what is basically happens. At this point, quite a while ago actually, Fenderplayer could have switched into a mix of knights and light cav instead of the camels here, because Magnolia isn't making cavalry at all at this point. So they'll just die to the pikes here. Votsok in the chat, hallais. God aften. And card for Fenderplayer is definitely going to have the economy running even more fluently for resource income for night span, but the farm count does really justify that. It's 19 on farms. The push is happening from the same direction here for Magnolia. She's just 100 stone shy of a castle, could buy the last 100 stone and, I don't know, pop the castle up here preferably to secure that gold and wood line. But the base is nice and compact, and she's been holding on here. Still keeps that villager lead of roughly 15 villagers as well. Pils her, Votsok. But this Pilsner is apparently called Sauna, and is a German-inspired Pilsner, so... Weird, but good tasty. Pikes versus Camels, that should be a win for the Pikes. Yeah, decent upgrades as well. Last defense coming in here. Yeah, Pikes will eat everything here. Good call of Magnolia to mass up the Pikes before engaging. And now pushes the push away here. Fenderplayer could actually get to Imperial Age here not too long with this kind of resources. But all in all is almost 20 villagers behind and losing the forward push here. Magnolia has stabilized. And here's the castle. It doesn't quite cover the gold, but it secures at least one woodline and the farming eco at home, so no complaints here. Magnolia, for now, still only has one relic. Still didn't scout the one to the side there, which is unfortunate. And the other ones seem to be... Oh, maybe she's getting lucky here, actually. No, maybe not. And she didn't see this one either. Oh... Oh, it's so unfortunate. But the pikes are piking away, and Magnolia now at 90 villagers to Fenderplayer's 68. Looks like Fenderplayer is almost idling for Imperial Age here. Certainly isn't popping out as much cavalry armies as could be hoped for. And pikemen, that really doesn't make sense at all. Magnolia still isn't making cavalry. I guess it's making pikes to match the pikes, but Lithuanians move faster and they also get halberdier. Berbers don't. They're pikes, man. What's the worst thing that can happen? They die. Look at that sneaky pointy boys. Magnolia is trying to gather some sneaky scouting intel here. See what the status is on the farms. This guy's just peeking about. He's on a suicide mission. Fenderplayer is going in, but so is Magnolia. Magnolia, I don't know what the plan is here. Is she just gonna go... I think she could go for a Halb siege push here with success against the Berbers, actually. Because Fenderplayer won't have an easy response to that with the current combo. Berbers cavalry won't do well against the Halbs, and pikemen, yes, but they will be, well, weaker than Magnolia's presumed halberdiers here. She keeps making villagers as well, but really needs to start spending these resources now. This could be a lot of knights or monks or whatever. Even Monk Treb comes to mind now as from an arena perspective here. So Imperial Age is in. Light, this is on the making. Ooh, nice. Light is Trebs. Conscription. Magnolia isn't joking around here. She wants to go full light at this point. Yes, 17 on stone. We'll drop another castle, maybe in the middle here, maybe here to deny that third goal. That would be a nice one. She knows about that one. And Halberdier, of course, on the way. We are against Berbers here, so until the Berbers get to full camel archer, Halberdiers will stop almost anything they can throw at you. A nice second castle right on the gold here. No stopping that for Fenderplayer. Both in Imperial Age, actually. Cavalier coming in for Fenderplayer, so could get some raids in here maybe, but Magnolia is palisade walling at minute 42, which is basically going to crumble like paper to any raids, but it is going to give a heads up about any incoming raids. There's a hole, by the way. And nope, no gold for Fenderplayer here. He's run out of this one. He's not scouted this one. Oh man, that would be an awesome TC spot quite a while ago. Here's the Halb Siege push, good call against the Berbers here from Magnolia. And the Pikemen of Fenderplayer, granted, they do have better upgrades. But Magnolia has faster moving ones, and she has the castle cover fire to help out a little bit here as well. The Treb is trebbing the TC, no castles to mention here for Fenderplayer. And I guess, what's the stats between a Halb and a Pike actually? Slightly more hit points, faster movement speed, but that's Lithuanians as well. And the Lighties are out as well. And even the Light is here now with one relic will do decently against them. Yeah, Pikes are melting. Tower shields for Magnolia. Amazing. That's also boosting the stats of the trash units, I believe. And yeah. Hopeless defensive castle for Fenderplayer here. That's not gonna... I mean, it might go up. Fenderplayer might get it up, but it's not going to stay up for long. And that's never a good sign, you know. But, yeah, don't go tries for a back... What's this castle doing? What the heck is this castle? It's protecting 7 farms at maximum. What the freaking... Okay, he wants to go camouflages, I guess. And hide the switch away from Magnolia, but oof. That's rough. Mass ranges here, probably skirmishers, elite skirmishers for the halberdiers. It's protecting the enemy units so they don't fall from the end of the world. Yeah, fair enough. You gotta keep away from the void. Yeah, Magnolia, she's dominating at this point. 56 military to 11. Poking away like crazy at these remaining buildings here. Fenderplayer has managed to finally go to the side, so he still has gold access. Making hand cannoneers, good call. That is a good response to the infantry plays here. I don't think these cavaliers stand a chance against the Halb Lightis mass here. I don't know where this Treb is going, but maybe she found the back castle here. Oh, jackpot! And if anything now, I just want to see Magnolia sending some cavalry units in to just set the gathering point to the sides, get some raids in, and obstruct further more of Fenderplayer's eco. Maybe scout for the neutral golds as well to confirm that Fenderplayer is still with gold access. But here comes another forward castle. There's no way back here for Red. Magnolia has this in the pocket, and I'm not sure why Red is still fighting on. Maybe because it still has gold access. Paladin for Magnolia, 44 Cavalier currently on the field. I like it, and the Light is doing decent against... No, they're not doing decent at all. But Paladin should deal with the hand cannoneers, no problem, of course. Fenderplayer only has hand cannoneers on the field currently, so Paladins will absolutely shred them. Even Cavaliers and Lighties should do alright enough here. And that castle is going down as well. Maybe that's the point of GG, losing the last castle for Fenderplayer here. And that ends it. Unsurprisingly for Magnolia, GG well played. And Lithuania is dominating here. Magnolia has a high play rate with the Lithuanians, so she knows what she's doing here. And, well, she puts Berbers back to the Dark Ages here, so to speak. A bit iffy, but she held very nicely against the Berbers 1 TC aggression, and if you can survive that with a better eco, this is where it goes. Nice economy there. Uptime's comparable. Magnolia earlier to the cast stage, as previously mentioned. Imperial Age is similar as well. And then 143 wheelers max. Nice boom there. Maybe to the point of over boom. And the APM chart to conclude it here.